Welcome back to AsembleAI in Digital Marketing Series. Mac Goswami here.
And Sam Day joining here too. Today, we're tackling AI content creation, and the numbers are staggering. 96% of companies now use generative AI for content production. Can you imagine it, Mac? Companies report 3 to 5x more content output, 30 to 50% cost savings, and 50% reductions in creation time. That's massive. This isn't incremental improvement, it's a transformational change in how marketing teams operate. Welcome to another episode of Assemble AI, and this episode name is AI Content Creation, X Output, Half the Cost.
Thanks, Sam. Before diving it further, for our listeners, just wanted to make sure to subscribe our channel in Spotify, Apple Podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, AsembleAI, and also subscribe to our newsletter in Substacks. And also, please leave us comments or let us know, is there any other content that you want to listen from us? And also review us if you really think that we are adding any value. Thank you. Now let's dive into it. So, Sam, let's establish that what AI content creation actually encompasses in 2025, right? We are not just talking about ChatGPT, writing the only blog post or creating some images. We are talking about integrated workflows covering ideation, creation, distribution, and analytics. Tools like Jasper, Copy.ai, ContentBot handle everything from drafting to scheduling, multi-platform distribution. So the sophistication has moved far beyond the simple text generation. So now, initially, that when you say that content creation, most of the people, like, they might understand that we're talking about only to create a video or to create an image, but it goes far beyond that. It's big companies, like, they are more into how the analytics actually work so that they can find more leads, more prospect. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, and just to add to that, there's an interesting thing that the use cases of content generation have expanded dramatically in last few months. There's a stat saying that 72% of B2B marketers use AI tools for content tasks. ChatGPT remains dominant. 37.6% of creators use it for scrapping, brainstorming, and ideation purposes. But Anthropic Claude and Google Gemini are coming into the market now. But specialized tools are also emerging for specific needs. Sonic, there's an AI tool, focuses on SEO optimization and keyword search. If any listeners out there working in the SEO space, search engine optimization space, they probably already heard about that tool. There's another tool called VEET, reduces video editing time by 60% through AI automation. Synthesia creates professional videos from text using AI avatars and voiceovers, eliminating traditional video production cost entirely. I personally used a couple of tools like Midjourney and their tools like Runway ML. They produce a really great high quality videos just from a textual or image prompts. So this space has been growing exponentially, and we have seen a massive growth, massive I would say demand from the content creation space on the digital marketers or even the graphics designer to utilize these AI tools to kind of transform their ideas into reality.
Absolutely, Sam. And and I will also like to add a few more other tools, like especially for content character AI, Microsoft Designer, that where you can simply put some of your thoughts and it will create a complete imaginary stuff for you. Also, Tapilo is one of the best tools that I have ever seen so far, and it will give you the latest and most engaging content by the LinkedIn creators. So that will give you like all this post and all this stuffs by the influencers. That will give a lot of stuff. Then there are a lot of, and as you mentioned earlier, VEET actually is purely a game changer. Think about that way: 60% reduction of timing of video editing. I mean, that's purely a game changer, right?
Definitely.
And
I would
even
love
though,
to use the tool.
Absolutely, and Sam, that I think also it's is nevertheless to mention that is Gamma.ai. for the PowerPoint presentation, right? Even
Correct.
think of it
That's a really powerful
really.
tool.
3 to 4 years back, that when we were creating that PowerPoint presentation, think about that way, how many hours that we spent for a
Hmm.
PowerPoint presentations. Nowadays, when if we need to create a PowerPoint presentation, so we know that Gamma is there already.
Yeah,
So we don't need to worry about any part. Only thing is that we just need to make sure that the numbers, the pointers are correct, that whatever we are actually giving as a
exactly.
content, Gamma will take care of everything. I
Yeah,
mean, and even though I remember, especially like, if you are even going to present to your senior leadership, or even you are going to present something to the venture capitalist, angel investors, whatever it is, any plans, you have to prepare the presentations and you have to create the presentations for hours after hours, or you need to hire someone from the marketing platform,
marketing platform.
right? From Upwork, Fiverr, or something else. Now it's everything, like you do not need to hire, even like you just, and even I think for the trial version also, like you can just create, I think, several presentations by free completely.
Yeah,
So I think the workflow integration is the key here. Companies that succeed are not just using AI for one-off task, they are building into it in the entire content pipeline. So
yeah. No, you're absolutely
but
right there.
mhm,
Um,
yeah,
so yeah, one thing, but I think one thing I wanted to kind of like talk about the quality, because at the end of the day, I mean, all these content creation platforms are producing something based on sort of textual or image prompts, right? But the quality matters, right? And there are some quality concerns raised, because this is where the skepticism emerges, right? Like you mentioned, Gamma, right? I used Gamma a year back, but I could tell you that back in the days when Gamma just launched, it would take probably like I would say, multiple prompts to make it working or generate a better PowerPoint presentation. But now, within like a couple of prompts, it generates like a really relatable PowerPoint presentation, to the topic. So that's why I just wanted to kind of like, focus on that part, that the early AI content was obviously robotic, right? It was generic phrasing, repetitive structure, no real insights. But the modern AI, with proper prompting and brand guidelines, produces content that genuinely difficult to distinguish from human written. But here is where the issue
yeah,
is: the transparency still matters, right? Like 55% of consumers are uneasy with AI media due to privacy ethics and misinformation concerns, right? So disclosing AI involvement maintains trust, especially for visual content and video generation.
right,
For example, if we post a AI generated image or anything as such on LinkedIn, because the reason I'm using LinkedIn, because LinkedIn always like to put a copyright symbol on the top left corner of the content, right? So that will signify that this is actually an AI generated. So we need that kind of transparency, right? Mac, do you want to add anything to that based on your experience using AI generated contents on social media or any other platforms from privacy
absolutely,
perspective?
Sam. Yeah, absolutely. And then that if you remember that one of our episodes that we talked about, that when we were using that AI created image
Hmm.
or video, that it's extremely easy to do some prompts, and also it will create some avatar, and then that we can simply change that avatar to your face or some
Correct.
celebrity's face. If you change to your face, it's completely fine, because it's your image. But if you are without taking any permission from someone else, if we are just putting the face for someone else or maybe even celebrity, of course, I mean, there is a definitely a privacy concern. And who
Yep.
is going to stop that? I mean,
Hmm.
and I don't know that most of this company, like who is creating those images, they are saying that they are not storing the images. But the confusion is that whenever you will log into an account, you will still will be see that, that it's already in your account. So
Hmm.
they're somewhere stored. So I really little bit of doubtful, like, how still it can be, because I'm saying that it's a biggest challenge, absolutely, because now I can create a same kind of pictures, almost like a natural face, and you never know, right? I mean, if I can put some prompt, and and just ask them to create a picture of Brad Pitt. Maybe they will use that, right? I mean, so they are
Yeah, the privacy is a real concern for sure.
concerns, and also that is a concern. And the second concern is that how to prevent it. I still didn't see that there's we are not there yet that we can protect those privacies as well. And there is a potential copyright that whenever something is coming out of AI, and there are a lot of questions, regulations, because I know that there are a lot of industry out there that where copyright statements are most important, and without them, that they cannot even move forward with anything, not even signing a contract.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
I
I mean
think that
that's my take on.
this is a really valid point because privacy matters, and
Mm.
we need to make sure some of these AI tools are either following some compliance practices.
Mhm.
Their app needs to be SOC Type 2 compliant, and also at least making sure they're following industry standard practices and stuff before they launch those apps on public forum, right?
Right.
Then the data privacy also matters, like how
Hmm.
they are making sure that they are getting consent from their consumers before storing the data,
Exactly.
storing their images and stuff in their public cloud data warehouses or whatever, right? Now we are kind of more than halfway through this episode. So there are three more points we'd like to touch upon before we wrap up. And I want to start with the SEO first.
Hmm.
What is going on in the search engine optimization space because of this AI driven content creation journey, right? We have seen like tools like Surfer, SEO, and Phrase analyzing top performing pages and provide real time optimization suggestions. The content editor helps ensure you're following SEO best practices like keyword density, semantic relationship, content structure. However, Google's new AI driven search updates using natural language processing means SEO strategy itself is changing. They're calling it GEO at this moment. And so that means that they are actually using LLM's technique without involving a human SEO expert. The LLM is basically providing that optimization techniques. So we are basically optimizing for semantic search and user intent, not just keyword, because now we have AI sitting on top of the SEO layers doing that stuff. So it's fascinating. So we'll see how this AI driven SEO practices will pan out. But for the next point, I would like to kind of like hear your thoughts on that, Mag. That what are the limitations that we are seeing in terms of involving AI in this content creation space?
Yeah, it's a very good point, and I think that AI struggles with truly original creative thinking. So the breakthrough ideas that redefine categories, it excels at recombining existing concepts in novel ways. But genuine innovation still requires human creativity, and I think that is the limitations. And AI also lacks emotional intelligence and cultural nuance. It can mimic empathy, but doesn't actually understand context the way humans do. So it can generate confidently wrong information, hallucinations, which is why human fact checking remains non negotiable. For example, if you since I'm in the program management, portfolio management, and most of the times that even though like I manage a large portfolio, but forget about any of the tools or forget about any Excel, forget about project management stuff, a lot of the other stuff. But the most fundamental thing of program management, portfolio management is that human interaction, right? I mean, emotional intelligence. How AI is going to replace that? Because AI can replace, maybe they can merge two Excel in just one Excel. Maybe they can create a complete project plan, or maybe they can create a complete portfolio management plan for maybe in a matter of 1 minute. But really, they they do have that resource pool that they can also handle or influence the human intelligence. I don't think so,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Maybe it will take years to get the level. Even I am doubtful that even if they can do it.
Yeah. No, I think you're kind of right on there. Like looking at 2026, I could see that yes, we will definitely see more AI generated content creation stuff coming out of the
Mhm.
pipeline. We have been seeing so many AI generated tools coming from China, and they're doing like great work. However, there's one thing I would like to emphasize here is the creative collaboration between human and AI would still be necessary. You still cannot just bat an eye on human oversight there, because at the end of the day, human creativity still matters. AI can definitely make some stuff, but they're going to make some stuff based on the data they already have in the database. They don't
Right.
have that human consciousness to create something totally like, what I'm saying, that we are not going to see some sort of a Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter things coming out of AI, right? Because the AI does not have that creativity to think beyond what they have been taught so far. So that's why in the multimodal AI journey, we would see that there will be a lot of coordination between text, images, and videos from a single brief, but still the underlying idea will still something human would generate. I won't see that AI is going to generate something that's totally at that classic level or something that was never done before, right? I think that's where the human and AI creativity, we have to draw the line between human and AI creativity, and the collaboration is the better term than competitiveness between human creator and AI. And I believe that's what we probably going to see more in later this year and years to come. Now, before we wrap up this session, I'm going to pass it on to Mac to see if he wants to share any final thoughts on how this AI content creation journey will pan out in next few years. Okay, thanks, Mac.
Yeah. So I think the strategic implication is that the marketing teams can shift the focus from production to strategy, because I think the production is already there through the AI. Only thing is
Mhm.
that how we are going to strategize that, right?
Correct.
And you need to use AI anyways, because there is no other choice. It's only thing is that how you are going to strategize it, and
Mhm.
and how we can fitting the data for the real market analytics. Now, when AI handles the volume, humans can focus on the insight, positioning, differentiation. So small teams can compete with the large enterprises because the production bottlenecks now disappears, right? I mean, now that can be done in minutes, in hours. I mean, just
Mhm.
by AI. So the content becomes a strategic weapon now, not a resource constraint. And that's the opportunity AI content creation unlocks. So I will anticipate, that is 2026 and beyond, that we'll see that, that more productions bottlenecks is going to disappear, even like complex production. And I think we'll see, like, that more strategies. I think there will be a fundamental job roles where will be opened up as strategist, AI strategist,
Okay.
right? Like that
Yeah.
someone knows actually, like, these are the LLM that we'll be using, but how to feed the data, how to strategize the analytics, and
And
then
also
what will be the
ensuring the compliance related stuff.
compliance
Mhm.
compliance. I think that will be a phenomenal role that it will be coming. And I think it's already there, but I think that we can anticipate that the more roles are like that it will be coming in future
Yeah.
for each and every organizations.
Yep.
So thanks for listening. Next episode that will be doing AI powered advertisement and programmatic buying. Till then, keep grinding, keep listening, and keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you.